The Supreme Court order striking down the appointment of the CVC is one of the biggest blows to the credibility of the UPA government. Joining us for perspective on the show this evening, one of India's leading constitutional experts, eminent Supreme Court lawyer Soli Sorabji, former CVC himself, N. Vittal, joining us tonight. Also, Ravi Shankar Prasad, General Secretary of the BJP, and Abhishek Manu Singhvi of the Congress will be with us in just a moment. I want to go across to Ravi Shankar Prasad first. Sir, is the Supreme Court order, according to you, not just an indictment of the CVC, but also an indictment of the very credibility and integrity of the UPA government?
Is there any doubt about it? You need to understand the context of it. Integrity and impartiality are the fundamental hallmarks of the post of CVC. He is the top watchdog in the fight against corruption. The CBI director is appointed on his approval. He monitors the CBI. Now here is a case where the so-called watchdog himself is having a tainted reputation of having a corruption case pending against him. And when Sushma ji points out being the LOP in the selection process, she is rudely brushed aside by Mr. Chidambaram, who says that no, he has been cleared. She insists, wait for a day, get the approval done, or appoint anyone else out of the three you have recommended. Yet the Prime Minister and the Home Minister insist, no, only he will be appointed, and appointed today itself. Now when the Supreme Court says today relevant considerations have not been done, what more do you want? It is an indictment of the government, it is an indictment of the Prime Minister, and it is a vindication of the aspiration of India in the fight against corruption. That's how we see it. But one thing I would like to highlight today again, what was the compulsion for the Prime Minister to appoint Mr. Thomas alone? Was there any coalition dharma today in this matter?
Okay. You've raised several questions and I want to take them one by one. Abhishek Manu Singhvi of the Congress is with us. Dr. Singhvi, what was the compulsion in getting PG Thomas to do this job and no one else? Also, do you believe after the Supreme Court's ruling, this is an indictment of the very integrity of the UPA government, sir?
I completely disagree with your last comment. A judgment is intended to tell you ex post facto. I'm having a huge echo. I'm hearing everything I'm saying. I can't even speak. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
go on. We can hear you just fine. The echo will be gone in a moment.
Yes.
I want to understand from you, Dr. Singhvi.
Yes. Now, if you give me
please.
enough time, I will explain to you, because you've got a whole host of views ranged against me. The Supreme Court in our system functions as an ex post facto correction of illegality or error. There has been obviously an error in decision making, which is why there is a judgment which sets aside that error. And therefore we bow down to it, we respect it, we have to implement it unless it is otherwise modified. But beyond a legal error, to attribute motives, which is what the opposition is doing two very wrong things. First, it is politicizing a legal judgment, a judgment based on legal error, based on legal analysis, which nowhere uses any of the phrases which they are using. Second, it attributes motives. Even the petitioner has not alleged malafides in his petition. Even the petitioner did not make in person those persons who are parties on the ground of malafide. Most important, the court therefore has not in any manner held that the decision was malafide, motivated, intended. Yes, there was non-application of mind to what ought to have been considered as relevant factors, is what the court says.
Okay, you are admitting admitting an error in decision making, leading to the question as to why the error was made. You just admitted that there was an error in decision making. Mr. Soli Sorabji, I want your sense on whether this is a big blow. Okay, go on, complete your sentence, sir.
Rahul, by using this word again and again, admitting, you can't exacerbate the guilt. It is not an admission, it is a straightforward statement of fact, because the Supreme Court would not have intervened and set aside something unless there is a legal error.